All right, there we go. Well, welcome to today's go-to training. I'm still John Morton. This is still Psychology of Play. Um, has anyone been looking in the readings yet? I know you just found out about them yesterday. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Okay, a little bit. Cool. That's great to hear. The readings are, essentially what we're going to be talking about a little bit today. Um, the reading is play personalities. Has anyone thought or found what their play personality is yet? Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Cool. So a handful of people have thought about that, and play personalities are pretty fun. It's one of the parts that I really like about this class. So here's one of the questions we start off with: is what do we think play is valuable as an adult? Feel free to jump in the chat. Yep. Oh, okay. Yes. Resounding yes. Everyone's pretty excited about play as an adult. What type of play? Yeah, I mean, any type of play. Just play in general as an adult. Um, I think it's super important. I think, everyone who was in class yesterday knows, I really I like to have a good time. I think that it's important to have fun. I like, right, to keep life interesting. Like Francis said, that's one of the things that I want everyone to be engaged in class. I want you to have fun, because when we're having fun, you learn what we're talking about. It's a good time. It's not boring, hopefully. And we get right. We get out of the boring routines of the day. Um, that's my ambition in teaching. I want everyone to have a good time. I want them to enjoy, what we're doing. And even other things in work. A lot of companies will find ways to incorporate play into the workplace. And right, it breaks up a mundane day. It maybe gives somebody something exciting going on, gives you something to look at or look forward to. So yeah, I'm a huge advocate of play. For lifelong play. It's something that it's a lot of fun. And play and whether or not it's serious. That's one of the other things. Some people are serious about play. Some people think that if you're playing, you can't be serious. And I like to, I think everyone, again, who was in class yesterday, I take my class very seriously. I want people to enjoy it, but I think it's important to have fun. And I don't think that they're mutually exclusive. Is it you, or is the window too small? The window might be like a little bit tiny. Oh, that's confusing for me now. Give me just a second. I can hopefully adjust the window a little bit, zoom out of this. Is that better? Can people still see the window? Did the window go away? Oh, it's gone. My apologies. I ruined it. Give me a minute. Nope. I don't want you to see that. Okay. Is everyone back? Okay, cool. I try to make it a little bit bigger so everyone can see it. So looking back, what kind of play did everyone engage in? What was some of your childhood memories of, what was your favorite game to play, or make believe activity, things like that? And feel free to jump in the chat box, or if anyone super wants to, you can raise your hand. There's a little button to raise your hand, and I can click on you if you actually want to talk. But otherwise, keep the chat open. Sports, The Sims 2. Interesting. Okay, Half-Life, playing outside in a pile of dirt, soccer and Pokemon. It's happening too fast. I can't read everything. Okay, yeah. So everyone, Foursquare, dolls, basketball, stick fights with friends in the woods. Okay, so everyone had, everyone was definitely playing, different things, drums, climbing trees. Yeah, I definitely sat and I definitely dug a lot of holes as a kid, played in the mud. I buried a lot of my toy cars. That was one of my favorite things to do. My mom was, she was not happy because I would bury my toys in the backyard. But yeah, buried them in the ground. Like I would dig a hole. Yeah, no, not like a dog. I use a shovel. So eventually I would dig them up. Yes. But I had a lot of fun doing that as a kid. It was a good time. One of the things that we realize, about our play as children is that we had a play personality. So here's the list of those play personalities. And if you've read them, awesome, you're ahead of the game. If not, we're going to talk about them again. Please make sure you do the reading. But these are the list of play personalities. Did anyone see off the top of their head? Did they pick one that they identify with, and they're like, "Yeah, that's me. I'm that. I'm that." Okay, yeah. Okay, so a lot of people found found out their play personalities. Yeah, it's interesting. I found that and a lot of you will find out that you fall into a lot of different play personalities. I like to have fun. I'm kind of a joker sometimes. Sometimes, my more artistic side comes out, and I paint a little bit. And I have a collection of rare and exotic fruit trees. So, I kind of fall into a few different things. And in different activities, different play personalities will come out. Sometimes, when I'm, engaged in, sports and things like that, the kinesthete comes out, or the competitor. So, you can be engaged in different play personalities. Different ones will come out. Usually, we have some that we kind of trend towards. The ones that I always fall back to. But we can kind of go from one to the other. The Joker, that's kind of just what it sounds like. A lot of times this for a lot of people is like a class clown, or someone who wants to always make jokes and laugh and horse around a little bit. And this is not indicative of all, but for many times, myself included, the adolescent boys have a real easy time falling into this one. Definitely fallen into that over the years. Practical jokes, things like that. It's an easy one to fall into, and it can be fun when it's not. Sometimes I probably took things a little too far, horsing around with my buddies, but it's definitely one of the ones that you see a lot. It gets a lot of attention in TV. I think about the show Jackass. I don't know if anyone ever watched that. That was not if you haven't watched it, I can't advocate that you do. But I remember my friends and I attempting to replicate a lot of the things that happened in that show, which all of which were terrible ideas, and it was awful. So I can't advocate for doing that. Who didn't? Corey says in the text box. Yeah, no, I think a lot of people were doing that. Acting foolish and videotaping it. So yeah, that was a huge part of my growing up. But I survived it, so that was good. We are all adults, yes, and everyone. I don't want to encourage anyone to do anything too dangerous. So next we have the Explorer. Is there anyone who thinks that they fall into the Explorer category? You do. What kind of places do you like to explore? Throw some up in the text box if you want. King of King of Skyrim. Okay, the unexplored. All right. The woods. All right. So all sorts of places that that we can go out and explore. The springs. Very nice. Could the Explorer be within a game? It totally could. That's the thing. We think about, the Explorer in the picture even is a person outdoors. And I think about it, in terms of, going and looking, urban exploring or checking out, abandoned places. But yeah, no, absolutely. The Explorer can definitely, grandmother's basement. All those places can be an Explorer. Yeah, and you can explore in a game. Walking around playing, playing your games. You explore new lands, new areas. So, kind of what the Explorer, maybe traditionally meant has kind of changed a lot with the advent of, virtual reality, new worlds you can explore. I definitely had. There was a time when one of my friends had just gotten the Oculus Rift, and for everyone who's not familiar with that, it's a virtual reality headset. It's fun. It's cool. Go look up online. It's really cool. We actually have some on campus in game development. There's a really fun Oculus Rift hang gliding system. I think there's also maybe one where you ride a hoverboard. Yeah, really. No joke. Game dev is they have pretty cool toys over there. So check it out. It'll probably be out at Hall of Fame. Normally they bring out the really cool stuff, all the fun toys. So definitely be on the lookout this month during Hall of Fame for some of the fun stuff. But right, things like virtual reality really have opened the world up for a lot of people who maybe couldn't who can't afford to get out of town, but they want to go explore, or right, people who explore through the internet or through watching documentaries about travel. So the Explorer can kind of take many forms. Sometimes it's a physical exploration, and sometimes it's an exploration of the mind. So there's a lot of ways that can kind of, the internet can be dicey. Yes, I can't advocate you explore all of the internet. As Matthew reminded us, yes, I would only advocate for exploring things that are PG. Don't get crazy. So the kinesthete. Do we have any? Do we have any kinesthetes? Do we have any people who really just putting their hands on things, getting out, touching the world, running, playing, yeah, okay. Gabriella, what kind of do you play a sport, or do you do something like that? Yes, soccer and ultimate frisbee. Okay, nice. Feel free to jump in with your activity. Soccer, okay, a lot of soccer players. Soccer, nice. Gymnastics, baseball, okay, yeah. Skateboarding, yeah, skateboarding definitely. There's a lot of feel for that. Football, wrestling, track, baseball, boxing. Okay, a lot of soccer players. I like that. We just got a soccer team in Orlando, so yeah. Okay, Frank does yoga. Awesome. Laser tag, sure. We got a soccer team here. Last year was our first MLS season, so go Orlando City Lions. If you're from somewhere else, yeah, really, we did. Yeah, we just got it. And funny enough, the president of the team, Phil Rollins, sometimes does stuff here on campus. He's done speaking engagements. I don't know when the next time he's going to be here, but yeah, definitely keep an eye out. The partnership that Full Sail and Orlando City has is pretty cool. And it's fun. It's I had never been to professional soccer games, and I went earlier this year with my wife and my mom, and it was a ton of fun. We had a really good time. It was really cool. I was never really, I watched some soccer during World Cup and things like that. But it was really fun to go out and to see it. I played sports a little bit in middle school. Played some soccer and some volleyball and basketball. I was not particularly good at those sports. I was on the track team, but I only threw shot put because I could not run very fast. But it was very strong, so they let me throw a heavy metal ball. Moving on from there, we have the competitor, and a lot of times the kinesthete and the competitor go hand in hand. In that a lot of people who are playing sports are also strongly competitive. And the thing to remember about the competitor is that you don't have to be playing a physical sport. Like the picture shows, you can be competitive about cards or chess or board games, and sometimes mind games, yeah, video games, right? We get really competitive. I have I've definitely seen some videos on the internet of people who are very competitive when it comes to video games, and they'll not have the outcomes they hope for, and people with broken controllers, and it gets crazy. I would never advocate for anyone breaking their controllers, or but you can tell people get really, really serious about that. So you did once. Yeah. I think everyone almost at some point has probably had a moment where they wanted to, they became very frustrated with a situation when they were being competitive and they wanted something to go their way and it didn't. It looks like a lot of people have had that experience before where you've been close to a goal and it's just out of reach, and it can be really frustrating. Um, so yeah, but that's definitely that's part of the competitors. They keep going back. They keep wanting more. Um, so definitely something to keep in mind. Sorry, I'm drinking some water. Um, Competitive people tend to be perfectionists. Gabrielle says, "Yeah, that can definitely be a thing. People wanna win. They wanna do well." Another one, I think that a lot of our students here are artists. They're looking for a new creative outlet. They're looking to express themselves. I think almost everyone at one form or another has some artistic expression. Does anyone have anything that they really want to share with us in the chat box or raise their hand? Kind of their artistic expression, something maybe we didn't know. Create awesome video games. Frank loves to sketch, paintings, doodling, painting. Okay, awesome. Writing songs, sculpting, writing, programming. Okay, yeah. Um, Composing. Awesome. Yeah, it seems like everyone kind of has something, and that's why a lot of people are here. You've found an artistic avenue, and you want to excel in that, and you want to hone your craft and keep getting more and more into it, and that's what we're here for. We're here to help you to the best of our ability. Get into a place where you can hopefully use your art and your craft to make a living, and that could be life for you is through doing that. Um, did anyone have maybe like one piece of art that really inspired them, that made them want to pursue their craft as a career and more than just a hobby? When they said, "Oh, I saw this film, or I saw this painting, or I saw this rendering of something, and I knew that was it. That was going to be it for me." Yes, GTA 5. Okay. Matthew, I'm not quite sure what that is. Listening to Blink 182, Bioshock, The Lion King on Broadway, listening to Metro Boomin' Beat. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, it's famous painter. Okay, cool. So a lot of people had something, and what's awesome. Um, Obey. Okay, Shepherd Fairy. I can appreciate that. See-through bodies and stuff. What is the see-through body? I'm not familiar with that. Alex Gray. I don't know what that is. Birdemic. All right. Well, it looks like everyone has something. They've you've all thought about it. I don't know who all the things are. I'm always happy, when we're in class. Maybe if you have pictures of artwork you're really fond of that are class appropriate, please feel free. Bring them in. I love to know what everybody's interested in and what's going on with them. Sword art. Okay, cool. At the end of the day, my hope is really that one day all of you have the opportunity to make something that then will turn around and inspire someone to pursue their dream. This is a place where everyone kind of we're all here for not the exact same reason, but because we decided that we wanted to take our craft to the next level and we wanted to make it our career. And so I think that the artist personality is one of the ones that it really it's all over the place here. So the director. Does anyone feel like they're the director? Or have some ideas about what that means? Sometimes no, sometimes. I think it's kind of like being a leader, but in play when you maybe were more interested in orchestrating things than you were in playing. I know sometimes when I was a kid, I don't know if anyone is familiar with Micro Machines. It's these very small toys that are smaller than like a Hot Wheels car. I feel like maybe they don't have them anymore. I can't remember. They're a little bit smaller than like a Lego, neither here nor there, but I would always set them up in real elaborate ways. And, I didn't actually want to play with them, but I wanted to set them up. I wanted them all to be in the right places and look good and do that. And so sometimes, I had a little bit of a director in me. So it was fun. As an adult, I think, sometimes people still do that. Sometimes actually with real people, you kind of want to orchestrate things or be in charge of how things get played out, but you don't want to actually necessarily play them out yourself. And some people actually go and become directors, or they become the head of a department, where what they're doing maybe is not the hands-on, putting pen to paper. But they're in charge of a department, and that's play for them because they like to orchestrate all the pieces and see how everything goes, and they have a big picture idea that they're interested in. So we have the storyteller. Does anyone feel like they're a storyteller in here? I know we have some. No, yes. Sometimes love stories. I'm a huge fan of listening to stories. Telling stories, I need to work on. I really love true stories. So there's a couple of podcasts I really enjoy. One of them is The Moth. If you ever go to themoth.org, it's their tagline is true stories told live without notes. And some of them are really, really funny and hilarious, and some of them are sad. But it's a really interesting thing. If you're interested in people's stories and hearing about them, um, that's definitely a good place. I don't know if anyone listens much to talk radio or not talk radio, but not music. There's a couple other radio shows. They come on NPR, which is what I listen to a lot. This American Life is a really good one. It's mostly stories. There's another one called Snap Judgment, but they're all really cool. People who are storytellers in here, what do you like to have as the theme of your story, or what do you like to tell stories about? Villains. Okay, cool. Just villains or also heroes? Take real life stories and turn them into fantasy. Grand adventures. Overcoming challenges. My phenomenal life. Awesome. That's always a good thing. God of War. Okay. So deep characters. Awesome. I think that telling stories is one of those things that is a part of being human. Before we had written histories, we had oral history. That's storytelling. That's some people just made their whole life was them remembering what happened and going back and telling stories and talking telling and retelling the same stories. And you look back on even mythology and things like that, and that's all it's all those are the stories, those are the histories, and so much of our current stories are kind of based in that. You have the historical archetypes, which funny enough is another class that we have, historical archetypes and mythology. That's a fantastic class if anyone is slated to go into it. Those good folks sit right next to me, so if you ever have that class, remember that I gave them a bell ringing endorsement. So Sharif is hyped for that class. Excellent. If there's ever a class to be hyped for, that's the one. Collector. Absolutely the collector. Sergio, what do you collect? Assuming that it's appropriate and you feel like sharing it in class. Oh, hand raised. You're getting unmicrophoned, unmuted. Sergio, go.
I collect like experiences. I'll do a lot of stuff and then maybe pass my better judgment, but it's for the experience for like just for to say I did it.
Okay, what's like one major experience that you have that's just like that's my go-to when I tell a story. I tell them about this one.
A lot of times it'll be something when I'm driving aimlessly and I'll
Okay.
just like find something that I did and then that's usually like an experience I'll share.
Okay. About
Or I'm part of the Navy Reserve, so I'll tell them stories about when I was in the Navy, like active duty.
yeah. Did you ever see anything crazy when you were in the Navy?
Yeah, actually. So we were driving around in the middle of the night, and we were like in the boonies of the Panhandle, like lower Alabama, Panhandle, Florida, and
Right.
we stumbled upon out of nowhere this huge natural gas. I think it was a natural gas plant, and we got to the point where it said no trespassing, but it didn't look like a natural gas plant. It was like miles huge. It looked like a city on fire. And so we have pictures, and it looks like we're standing in front of a burning city, and it's really funny.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. That yeah, that's really impressive. All right, I have another hand up. So, CO Kim, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
I'm a kind of interested in animation. It's been about 5 years, so I'm collecting all the goods like figures or other things like the books. So I got like 400s of books with that in my home, and then I even go to like other countries to buy figures and other goods that is not published in my country. So I think I spend more than $10,000. I think if I well, I think I mean like
Mm-hmm.
I got like tons of the figures and the games, and sometimes I even go to like Japan or China to collect. So and then also I'm collecting the IKEA furnitures
Okay.
because like Korea just opened a new stores. It's only one.
Oh,
So
nice.
before that I went to like Canada or like other countries to buy new furnitures.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, no, that's really cool. Collecting furniture and figures. Yeah, that's really cool. All right. I'm gonna put you back on mute just so everyone's good. Does anyone else have a collection that they want to jump in and talk about by a show of hands? Does everyone know how to raise their hand in here? There's a little hand button. No. Yeah. Nope. Okay. There's a hand button. You click it. That's how you raise your hand. Artit. I think that's what your name. How do you pronounce your name? Oh, nope. You're unmuted, but you don't look like you have a microphone. If you don't have a microphone, you can't talk. Sometimes you might need a headset. Sometimes you have your built-in mics. All right. Well, so those are the play personalities. Just some stuff to think about. Um, I know that play personalities is one of the things that you'll go over in your reading, so definitely something to keep on track with. Does anyone have any questions about the assignment, or has anyone looked at the initial discussion board? You looked. Okay. Half of you are trying to figure out the hand raise, and okay, you looked at it. So the activity says to go out and play. That's one of the big things that I want everyone to really focus on. We actually want you to go out and have a play experience. Go do something. Go do something fun. Whether you want to play a video game, go shopping, visit a friend, play a board game, laser tag. Yeah, I don't. Where is there a place to play laser tag around here? Matthew, you seem to really like laser tag a lot, which is cool. I just don't know if there's a place to play it. You know what? Just kidding. I'm thinking of a place now. There is one. I haven't been to laser tag in years. Um, Okay, but point of the story, point of what I was getting at, we want you to get out and play. So the instructions, that's not the right instructions. I'm sorry. Bear with me for just a moment. I'm sorry, I'm going through. So right, the initial post, it says take some time during the week and engage in your favorite play activity. It can be an activity that you enjoy now or that you have enjoyed in the past, as long as it's play. It's okay, whatever that play activity is. But I want you to actually go out and play. I don't want, don't send me a picture of, you as a kid saying, when I was a kid, I played with blocks. I want you all to go out and do something fun. Do something fun this week. And then your initial post, explain what play activity is, and describe it. Describe, how was that? How was that? What did it bring up? Did it make you feel like a kid again? Did you get lost in it? Did you find that you lost track of time in that? And include a visual representation. So a picture or a video. For these, you can have a picture of yourself playing a game. You can have a screenshot of the game. Anything like that. And then the last step, how is play important? So how is it important for you, to play now, to keep playing? Our homework is to have fun, ? Yes, that is it's to play. Yeah. Best homework ever. You should love this. It's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. So I want to know what that's like for you guys. So make sure that, you go out and do it. Screenshot headshots ranking BO3 zombies top 250. I don't know all that. So it sounds like you wrote a lot of jargon in there. I'm not sure what all that means. But yeah, I mean, if you want to have like a little video clip of you playing a game, by all means. I've seen people put those up before. Got it. Okay, it's all abbreviations for video games. I'm cool with that. Yeah, have a picture of that if you want to have some screen grabs or a picture of you playing the game. Whatever you want to do. Does anyone have any questions about that? You can either put them in the text box or raise your hand. When we write the importance of it, do we have to write our role? Oh, no. You don't have to. I just want you to talk about, how is play important? So, for me, play is important because, I sometimes get, too much stress at work or something like that, and play gives me a way to unwind and to decompress. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. If you write exactly that, I'll be annoyed because you just took what I said. But, you can write your own thing. Getting lost while running. Yeah, you can have a picture of that. If you did it this week, so then if you did it for the assignment, that's kind of the thing. Which assignment are we talking about? We're talking about assignment 1.10, the discussion adventure, which is for attendance credit. So what that means is it's your integrative learning. So on your schedule where it says, attendance for the second half, it's 2 hours. This is that activity. If you quote me, can you say what I said? If that's really what you mean, I don't want to tell people you can't use the same thing, but does anyone else have any questions about the assignment or about anything else that we're doing this week? No. Oh, so this happens a lot. Someone will write something, and then a million people will write it immediately after. So the assignment we're doing, our visualized play and the discussion. Yep, the assignments that we have, they're all on your assignment section. It's the things that are all turn-ins are going to be 1.8 all the way through 1.12. Can it be playing an instrument? Totally can be playing an instrument. Yes. So the question, do we need to finish this before next class? It's I think that it would be in your best interest to do it sooner rather than later. And for me, what that really means is, we want the initial post up soon because I believe that the activity closes, let's see, on the 7th. So, we put those posts up sooner rather than later. Everyone posts up their initial post. That way, the second part of the assignment is to comment on 2 of your peers. So yeah, I mean, I would like to see them up if I had them up, before class or just after class. If we had it all done by Thursday, that way, we'd have plenty of time on Friday to all jump in, put our comments in. Everyone could, keep that discussion going. That's kind of what we're looking for. Team research, we're going to talk about later on. We'll talk about that on Thursday. Do I check the comments? Yes, I check the comments. I can see your post. I can see all the comments that you put. So yes, I'm going to be looking. I do want to make sure that everyone's posting those. It's really just a matter of, we want to keep the conversations going. We want to all be talking about things. So yeah, please definitely check them. I see posting ? Don't want to elaborate. I don't quite follow the question. For the upcoming group project, do we pick our? No, you're going to be placed in groups. Those are assigned. And is everyone familiar with the two sections? There's a place where you can post an assignment, which will post it to the board, and there's another one where it says comment. And there's 2 separate comment sections. There's one that will only go to myself and to Ms. Gertie, and then there's one that will post to the discussion boards. Make sure you're posting the one to the discussion boards. Otherwise, I'll be the only one to see it. I'll probably notify you and say, hey, you posted this, but it only went to me. You should have posted it to your peers. So just kind of make sure you're posting and commenting in the appropriate place. Any additional questions today? If anyone has questions and they don't want to talk about it in here, you can hang out or you can email me afterwards. But other than that, we're good to go. I'm glad that this was fun. I try to make it enjoyable. But yeah, you're all dismissed. So y'all have a good one. About citing images, do you mean crediting the photographer? Yeah, if you just want to, if you can put where the image came from. Oh, well, for the first assignment, you should be taking the photo yourself. I'm sorry, for this assignment. That's one that take a photo or take a screen grab. In the future, yeah, you want to put at least where you pulled your pictures from in the future as far as citations go. So if you take a photo from a certain place, you'll want to cite it, show us where those came from. Definitely. You're very welcome. You didn't hear what I said. Yeah, if you have if you use an image, please cite the image. Tell us what website you got it from, when you took it. If you go to the library, they'll be able to kind of give you the full breakdown of citation format. Thanks, August. You have a great day too. But yeah, please definitely make sure you're citing everything that we're using.